My other question is, somewhere along the way in the last 10 years, I've developed allergies that I've never had. So I've somehow drawn these to me. And, and I find myself saying, oh, well, I'm allergic to this or I'm allergic to that. But I think about it and saying, well, I want to turn the words around so that, or move, to like getting rid of them.
We always really appreciate when a person comes to a chair, the hot seat, with 2 or 3 or 4 questions, because they almost always are about the same thing. And so we just encouraged you, relative to emotion, to sniff around until you find the best path. And we're encouraging you that relative to allergies too. Sniff around. Sniff around. Well, that makes it worse? Oh, not so bad there. Sniff around. Sniff around. It's the same thing, isn't it? Until eventually you will have sniffed your way vibrationally into such a good feeling place that you will be able to control the environment around you, or better said, your response to the environment around you. Really much better said. You don't ever want to control the environment around you. You want to control your response. This is brilliant, to the environment around you. You want to control your response to the environment around you. You don't need to ask everybody to be perfect. You just care about your response to their perfection or their imperfection. And the same is true of this other, you see. There are all kinds of things around you that have the potential of bothering you or not. You have to prepare yourself to not be bothered, you see, until eventually you can stand strong wherever you are, following impulses. And then there's always someone in the far back of the room that says, well, then can I drink chlorine bleach? And we say, give it a try. Let us know how it works out. And if it doesn't work out well, then don't do it again.
Well, I never thought of applying that same thinking, about sniffing around to something.
To everything.
Yeah.
To everything.
Yeah.
Sniff your way around.
So it's really not about sniffing about allergies, but sniffing for something that feels good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or acknowledging, in other words, there's nothing wrong with knowing that, in other words, in the same way that a hateful thought gives you an indication that lets you know you're on the wrong path, when you have a reaction to something, it's an indication that you're on the wrong path. The difference is with something like an allergy, where you're trying to avoid this food, or you're trying to avoid this windstorm, or you're trying to avoid this fragrance from this flower. The difference is that we want you to take it all to a vibrational level, because everything is vibrational. And people discover all the time that when they get to the bottom of what's really bothering them, the symptoms of other things bothering them go away, because it was never about the other. That thing that you were allergic to was just the path of least resistance to show you about your vibrational offness. So you're sneezing, someone says, are you allergic to something? And you say, yes, negative thoughts. Yeah. And they will say, no, really, are you allergic to something? You say, well, I seem to be allergic to this thing that's making me sneeze, but I suspect that it's deeper than that. And rather than trying to put myself into a bubble where there is nothing that could possibly affect me in the wrong way, I'm not going to live conditional life anymore. I'm going to find my stability, and I'm going to get my wheel moving at such a high pace that anything that isn't a vibrational match to it bounces off of it. Yeah. I'm living in a sneeze-free zone. Or whatever.
I like
good.
That.
Really good.
Thank you very much.
Wait. Stand if you think it's you. You are. We're pointing over there, and they're standing over there. That's very strange. On the aisle? No. Here we are.